Yo.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Alright, my bad, bruh. I've been wanting to go over Yu Yu Hakusho for a minute now, and the fight I specifically want to talk about is the final battle of the series. This is a top 3 fight in the show, hands down, and we're gonna see it right here. And since we're gonna be talking about Yusuke, there's only one way I can start off this video right. Yusuke's pull up to the main event. The scene starts and we see Yusuke pulling up to the arena. And peep the fit, that shit's clean. Cameras had to put him up on the flat screen, making sure to get the angles right. And he had the whole crowd glazing.
What's up real quick, son? Hold on, B. Hold on, yeah. Look at the fucking drip.
And I was right there glazing with him. Yusuke's always had that shit on since 92. He been had drip. And if you ask me, Yusuke is one of those characters that makes an outfit look 5 times better than it actually is. Take a look at the fit he's wearing right now. That's just a regular gi. But sometimes it's not about the fit. It's about who rocks it. Not everyone has that motion effect. For example, Playboy Cardi in that one music video, and whoever the hell this is. Anyway, Yusuke jumps up to the arena, lands, and the cameraman pans up to reveal that he's just me mugging the screen. Got me in my room looking left and right confused because why is he staring at me? I'm not your opponent, gang, I'm just spectating. And speaking of his opponent, the cameraman turns to show us Yomi pulling up to fight Yusuke. And I'm not gonna lie, when he first showed up, I was a little worried about Yusuke for 2 reasons. First of all, this man is completely blind pulling up the run ones like this. And to me, that was the first red flag. All these fictional blind characters stay cooking up for no reason. It's like, damn, how you this elite with no eyesight? This is absurd. And secondly, the way this man humbled his son in his previous match was devious work. Had me thinking he was about to do the same to Yusuke. Just look at this. So after embarrassing his son, torturing him, and kicking the goofy out of him, his son is just on the floor in pain. He tells his son to surrender and reaches out his hand. Lil bro wasn't going for that though. He raises his hand and blasts him point blank in the face. He even had me convinced he won because the blast replayed 3 times and the explosion was looking crazy, like it was a storm cutscene. Lil bro was smiling too. He really thought he won off that one attack, even went as far as to say, "Now that's more like it." Little did he know his attack didn't do anything. His father starts walking out the flames looking cold as hell. His fit is completely intact. This is scary. And that was his son's best attack too? Lil bro is done for. And what he does next confirmed it. He starts charging up energy in his hands for another attack. And I really thought he was about to cook. Look at this stance he took. Makes you think he's about to go Super Saiyan. But lo and behold, this man started ki blast spamming. And that right there is how you know it's over. You should have just waved the white flag because this move has a 100% survival rate. Just ask Vegeta. His father shields off the attack to no one's surprise, and this is where shit started getting bad for Lil bro. After seeing his weak ass attack had no effect, he gets mad and starts running towards his father. But all that anger was for nothing. Bro did all that running just to get rocked in the face, had him looking all types of crazy. All while his father is in the back keeping that Kawhi Leonard face, no emotion whatsoever. Next we see him getting absolutely embarrassed. He's trying to land one hit on his dad, but it's not happening. Lights was just too bright. His dad just kicks him away and sends him flying into the giant rock in the background. And just when you thought it was over, nah, his dad turns into Flash Thompson, became his son's biggest bully. He goes up to him and hits him with a spinning back kick, launching Lil bro into the sky. And as he's up there, he comes in with a heavy gut check, shaped his body into the letter V. I almost feel bad for him. And then he completes the combo with the right kick, sends him back down, and makes him go through mad trees causing slight deforestation. Just look how he has his son laid out on the ground like a snow angel. And to finish off the violation, he goes down to his son just to tell him that he wasn't even trying for real. He literally made his son cry after he said that shit.
Is them tears, bro?
There was only one thing his son could do left, surrender. And honestly, I don't even blame him. His best attack got handled like light work. He got his ass beat. And his father let him know how trash he actually was. I would've quit too, that shit is just demoralizing. So yeah, after seeing him do all that, I thought Yusuke might have been cooked. That performance had me thinking it was GG's, and Yusuke saw all of that shit happen too. Shit had him contemplating if he even stood a chance. But now there's only one way to find out. It's about time we get down to business. Let's start this shit. Yusuke versus Yomi. And since this was the final fight of the series, the writers made sure both Yusuke and Yomi were on some theatrical shit. Watch this. Yusuke starts it off by powering up with demon energy, and he's not holding anything back. The energy just kept growing in size. Pause. Had everyone in the crowd speechless. They were locked in. Shit's kinda like Gohan going Super Saiyan in that BoJack movie. That shit was tough. He got it. But the camera cuts to Yomi and he's just watching Yusuke with a disgusted look on his face. I'm like, damn bro, is you not impressed? Bro staring down Yusuke like he's Frieza. And the hate didn't stop there because Yomi then got the powering up, letting Yusuke know he could do that shit too. And I'm not gonna lie, I was unfamiliar with his game. I thought he would just match Yusuke's energy, but I guess he wanted to flex on him a little bit, so he starts to overpower him. But y'all know Yusuke's not going for that, so he pushes right back and manages to bring the energy to a stalemate, making this scene look like a hockey collision. So much so that the energy combined and created this big ass light show that went up into the sky. And the beam was so inspiring that the rest of the fighters in the area felt it, and they got to turn up too, stealing Yusuke and Yomi's whole flow. And it causes this majestic looking three-way light show. They should have had an epilepsy warning before this match. I know someone in the crowd watching this shit is spazzing right now. But this is where we start to see a difference in power levels. The camera cuts back to the main event and we see that Yusuke is getting pushed back by Yomi towards the edge of the ring. Yeah, at this rate he had Yusuke looking like a fraud. I was getting ready to remove him from my list of top 5 MCs. And just when he was about to fall off, Yomi just smiles and stops releasing his energy, allowing Yusuke to run back into safety, which had me confused at first. He could have gotten an easy dub right there, so why not? But then he squares up, and that's when it hit me. Having more aura wasn't enough for him. Now he wants to show Yusuke he's got better hands than him too. He refuses to let him get off easy. He's trying to dunk on him in every category. And Yusuke's so-called friends have no faith in him. They're on the sideline saying that he's gonna get dropped.
There's no way he'll ever stand toe-to-toe with Yomi in a fight like that.
It's a shame all that training didn't develop his mind as well.
Yeah bro, who needs haters when you got friends like these? All I'ma say is, if Kuwabara was here, he would've gassed him up. That's a real one. But this is where we finally get to the first round of hands. Yusuke starts running and screaming towards Yomi. Absolutely no strategy. And the way Yomi stands up, you would think he'd easily counter this, but nah. Yusuke gets right up in front of him, charges up his fist with demon energy, and rocks him square in the face. Had his fake friends shocked, and the punch was so OD that it made Yomi's body twirl and fly up to heaven. He would've thought he got caught up in a hurricane. Yusuke had to start checking his hand too, he didn't mean to do all that. Yomi falls to the ground and he just lays there, motionless. But that punch did absolutely nothing to him, he's over there pretending. And Yusuke wasn't buying the performance either. He starts yelling at bro while walking up to him, told him to get up. He hears that and decides to stop trolling, starts getting right back up. We get a close-up of his face and we see that he's bleeding. And then he hits us with the anime cliche, talking about some, now things are getting interesting. Like as if Yusuke didn't just have him spinning like some waves.
Hey, talk to him nice. Whoa.
He then fully gets up, rips off his sleeves and squares up again. But this time they both go in to start throwing hands. But Yomi wanted his get back on Yusuke for that last attack. I don't blame him, that shit looked like it kinda hurt. So peep this. He hits him with the instant transmission and goes right behind him. Then he turns Yusuke around, charges up a ball of energy, and proceeds to send a barrage of ki blast right to his gut. He's got Yusuke's eyes blanked out like Sasuke in the final valley. That's how you know his insides are being blended like a protein shake. He then finishes the attack by sending the final ki ball to Yusuke's gut, completely destroying his fit and making his whole body slide through concrete. Bro just kept on sliding, I thought he'd never stop. But after all that sliding, the camera cuts to Yusuke and oh my goodness bro, look at his face. That attack took all the life out of him. Bro looks like he's dead. Damn, maybe his friends were right. He's already out of commission from ki blast spamming, had me thinking he was trash. Yomi starts walking up to him, talks some shit, and then proceeds to grab him by the head and hold him up like an abusive father. He's asking Yusuke why he's not fighting back, only for Yusuke to start copping the plea, saying he's lost his will to fight. And Yomi didn't like that one bit, so he dangles him in the air and socks it. Had him looking petrified. I know that shit hurt like crazy. Job's not finished though, as he continues to get some more hits in, trying to knock some sense into him. I felt like I was watching him kill bro. Shit was hard to look at. This is Yamcha level embarrassment. Yusuke, you have to get back after this. There's no other way to fix your street cred. And at this point, Yomi was piecing up Yusuke so bad that his deadbeat father had to come from beyond the grave to give him a pep talk. Bro couldn't watch his son get disrespected like this anymore. He just had to do something. He pulls up in Yusuke's mind and he's just like,
Get back, nigga! Get back!
nah, did y'all see that? This man Yomi is really pure evil. He really cut off Yusuke's mandatory main character flashback. First Iren, now this, I'm about to go call the cops. Y'all breaking rules. But it's okay though, because this is where Yusuke starts to tee up. He wasn't about to let Yomi slide for that violation. He finally gets back and smacks the taste out of his mouth. No more free hits for Yomi. Yomi starts descending back down and lands in the Kaepernick position, and Yusuke lands right behind him in the same way. But he finally sat up in his chair, broke him back down with that demon half activated, tattoos and everything. He is not the same man he was 5 seconds ago. His whole energy changed. And I'm here to tell you right now, Yusuke started wilding. The second round kicks off and they start running towards each other just like before. And we all saw how this played out last time. But Yusuke's on a different type of moveset now. He uses Yomi's move against him and hits him with the instant transmission first. That shit had Yomi shook. He didn't know Yusuke was Kakashi. He turns around only to see that Yusuke's already up the finger on him. He charges up the demon energy with an evil smile on his face and hits him with the demon bomb point blank, making a huge explosion. He had the whole crowd cheering for absolutely nothing. That blast was completely ineffective. He put up a shield last second to defend himself, basically took 0 damage. But this is no regular bubble. It can block all types of demon energy attacks. Yusuke doesn't care though as he starts firing shots at Yomi just to have every single one of his attacks get blocked. I'm over here watching this thinking he's gonna change up the method. But nah, he's just doing the same thing over and over. Even Kurama is saying that he's wasting energy. Bro, do something else. Please, I'm begging you. Not gonna lie though, I should have just kept my mouth shut and let him cook. Yusuke actually had a game plan. He starts mixing the demonic ki blast with spirit energy until the shots actually start landing, pushing Yomi back. And Yusuke is not giving bro the faith of recovery. Immediately charges up the spirit bomb, got him looking perplexed. He fires it off at Yomi with maximum elbow grease and completely booms him. Even Yusuke got caught up in his own attack. Look at the size of this explosion, it's literally rearranging the whole battlefield. Looking at this, you would think it had some type of effect, but I kid you not, both Yusuke and Yomi start walking out the smoke, and they stand off against each other. To this day, I can't tell you how they both survived. That shit is completely beyond me. But now it's time for the final round. Yusuke jumps up in the air and tries to land a kick on Yomi. He weaves it and it's just parries and deflections from both sides. Yomi loads up a ki blast and fires it at Yusuke, which sends him flying back and makes his whole body go through mad trees in the process. Yomi's not done yet though. While Yusuke's mid-flight, he hits him with a jump scare and completely booms him out the forest.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
And let me tell you, the direct next scene after this is just straight up magnificent. Yusuke starts it off with a miss, gets punished with a left hook but lands an uppercut. He tries to keep the combo going, but that was a mistake because Yomi hits him with the right but he blocks the left. He tries to counter but ends up taking one to the chin. Yomi goes in with a kick which Yusuke dodges and gets hit with a mean right hook. And I think that one got Yomi upset because in the next scene he hits Yusuke with a crazy uppercut. And when Yusuke tries to retaliate, he gets kicked in the ribs into an uppercut. Yusuke knew he had to get back after holding the combo like that, so he goes back in and lands a 2-piece. I don't care what anyone says, this is absolute cinema. I was geeked watching this whole scene. But this is where Yomi decides to end it in one attack. So he loads up his energy and hits Yusuke with the Kefla beam, sending him back all the way down to the bottom of the map. Look at the hole this man left in the ground. And all that shit was completely pointless. All that work just for Yusuke to fly back up to him and start ki blast spamming. Yomi puts up his shield last second and the attack just explodes. As you can probably guess, the attack was ineffective. Yomi and Yusuke start falling back down and they land right in front of each other. Yusuke charges up his spirit energy for one final attack and Yomi charges up his demon energy. Yusuke runs at Yomi and they proceed to have one last back and forth. And to be honest, I don't think my commentary can do this scene justice. The best way to experience this is to go watch it yourself. I guarantee you it's peak. Yusuke and Yomi both run at each other for one last time, they clash and it results in the both of them rocking the shit out of each other. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why all these lights and effects are taking place. All they did was punch each other. Whoever animated this scene was most definitely dragging it. But this fight can only end in one way. Yusuke and Yomi start falling to the ground, but Yomi's son calls out to him which causes him to hold out last second, while Yusuke hits the ground and loses the fight. And yeah, that's how the final battle went. Yusuke put his all into it, did everything he could, but it just wasn't enough. It is what it is. And with that being said, hopefully I'll catch y'all next time, when I find something else to talk about, I think.